Oh, here we find ourselves in that time of year again where the thermostat is going up and down and up and down. Chances are you're going to be in your own thermostat war with your spouse, or maybe just with Mother Nature as we go from warm days to cold days. That can certainly take a toll on your HVAC system. So lucky for us, Jake Self is here. He is with Hiller Plumbing, Electric, and HVAC, right? Y'all kind of do it all.
Yes, we do all three trades.
So first of all, let's talk about the benefit of that. HVAC is your specialty, so we'll get into detail with that. But I'm guessing what often happens is customers call you for an issue in one regard. They love the work. Now you're the reliable person to call again.
Correct. Either our technicians will tell them that we'll do all three trades, or they conveniently see our vans where it says that we do all three, and they say, hey, I have this issue. Are you guys able to come back at a certain time and get this one done as well?
So in terms of having your technicians specialize though and not just be general, have general knowledge, that comes into such benefit for your customers because this is what they're seeing all day, every day.
Correct, correct. And there's just so much within the scope of one trade that it would be really hard for anybody to say they're experts at all three.
So you and I, or your team and I, will end up having a lot of fun over the course of the next several months because y'all are going to appear monthly on the show with this little segment we're going to call Keeping It Current. And the idea is each time you're on, you'll kind of give us a bit of a takeaway of things that we can sort of do on our own without having to call in for your expertise. So no surprise here, when it comes to your HVAC system, the key is how you maintain it.
Absolutely. And we really like to come out to your house twice a year, spring and fall, to make sure we're ready for whatever season we're about ready to hit. And where we're getting ready to hit the cooling season, we want to make sure that your cooling system is going to work efficiently from the word go.
So for you, you say that means though changing that filter.
Yes.
And that's something we can be doing on our own?
Absolutely. A lot of people have the little standard 1-inch filters within their grills that they can take out themselves, but a lot of people either don't know where they're at or they don't know how often they should do it.
So I'm a literal person, so as I'm watching this that y'all have provided, are you meaning the filter that is on the HVAC system itself or the filter inside your house?
Most of the time it'll be the one that's inside your house,
and
either on a wall or in the ceiling.
And people don't change that?
They just kind of blends in with their wall and they forget that that's there.
Shouldn't you really be changing that monthly?
Depending on your home and you as a person, what you feel is necessary. But a lot of times people will do it every 3 months, and some that have allergies, like I experienced, that they'll do it monthly.
So when you go, those of you who are already changing your filter, you know this, you go to the store, there are lots of options. So there are the hypoallergenic ones, and then there are kind of the quote cheapies. Does it really matter if you're changing it frequently?
You definitely want to get you what I would say a middle of the road quality filter. But again, it's going to come back to the regularity that you change that filter out.
Okay.
Because you can buy the most expensive one, and if you never change it, you're not any better ahead.
So I mentioned the weather. You know, we're going to have these warming up spells and then these colder spells. If you don't keep your thermostat set on just kind of a general level, does that wear and tear? Like, does it like the constant changing of the thermostat, or does that mess it up a little bit?
You know, again, that'll go back to your comfort creature habits of what you're liking. But a lot of people, they say, go within a 3-degree split. If you want it, say, 68 in your house for your heating and possibly 72 for cooling, or vice versa, just depending on what you want. Now, what your system doesn't like is getting turned all the way off, and then you say, hey, it's hot, cool me down now. What
about pollen? Man, you mentioned your allergies. We're about to get hit hard.
Yes, yes. So your filter. Your filter is going to take the brunt of it, as well as your outdoor unit, with everything getting ready to drop off of the trees with the pollens and the blooming, that your outdoor unit is going to get socked full of that stuff, and that's why we like to come out and wash your coils.
Yeah, at a house where we used to live, there were lots of trees and things in the yard, so that ultimately there would be all that oak pollen and stuff that would land on the HVAC, so it's important to keep that cleaned off.
Yep, and you'll also see some units that more or less are turning green that almost looks like stuff's growing on it.
Yeah.
It's good to get that stuff washed off and make it the color that it was made for.
When people are contacting you and your technicians, are y'all simply servicing, or do you ever recommend for purchasing a new HVAC?
We give
you
you
sell
every
them?
recommendation that you want.
Okay.
Yeah,
You
we-
don't sell them directly, but you can guide someone to which one would be the right choice
Correct.
for them?
For them, yes. Yep.
So, because a lot of houses now, especially in new builds, you've got 2 units.
Mm-hmm.
So, do you see people going with maybe a higher quality unit for the main one, and upstairs gets a lesser quality one, or?
I think that goes back to every individual.
Yeah.
Some
Are
people-
you really a politician?
No, no. But everybody is different on what they want in their house.
Right. Okay. And so again, the honesty factor. It's an expensive thing
Yes.
to purchase,
Yes.
obviously. So is it that ounce of prevention if you know that y'all say, hey, listen, this one's kind of looking weak, might want to replace it within a year or
Yep.
2, they can prep.
Yeah, and we also like to say that a repair that's going to cost upwards of $200 to $300 to $500, is that worth the life expectancy of this unit?
Right.
Because as they say, anywhere from 10 to 15 years is your life expectancy, depending on how you've ran your unit
Right.
and what kind of maintenance you have done.
So I know you're from Washington State. You've been here for a few years. You're still probably getting used to what snow days look like around here, but there is the threat of some wintry stuff coming down this weekend. So while people are making a mad dash to the grocery store to get their bread and milk, which is the joke, I bet they're going to also be getting filters for their HVAC
Yes.
system now.
Yes.
Thanks to you.
Yes.
Good to see you, Jake.
Thank you.
If you want to contact Hiller, they're here in Chattanooga, 299-6110. Don't you love their website? It's happyhiller.com. That's what they want you to be when they're technicians. Always good to see you. Thank you so much. And we look forward to these tips every
Thank you.
month when we keep it current.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jake.